Welcome guys to our first look at the final map pack for Call of Duty Ghosts called Nemesis. I'm lucky enough to be hosting exclusive gameplays of each of these pieces of DLC starting tomorrow, leading up to the launch of the map pack on August the 5th, so keep on checking back here on my channel for those days for exclusive gameplay of all of this DLC. Shipment is returning from Call of Duty Ghosts, which is a big thing, but we're going to jump into trailer and talk about everything afterwards.
I'm really excited about this last DLC. I think it's going to be a great way to end our DLC season for Call of Duty Ghosts. We have 4 great new maps: GOLDRUSH, SUBZERO, DYNASTY, SHOWTIME, and the last chapter in our Extinction story. Episode 4, Exodus. GOLDRUSH is a map that takes place in an abandoned gold mine. You have these 2 mine carts that are zipping around the map. When you do hit somebody, you can actually kill them. It's a very active map. Keep your head on a swivel and pay attention to what you're doing. SUBZERO is a map that takes place on a frozen Canadian submarine base, where all of its inhabitants have recently disappeared. This is a small to medium map with a really unique kill streak. When you call it in, a blizzard hits the base, and people start dying. Dynasty is a map that takes place in a lakeside Chinese village. Gorgeous architecture, I think one of the more beautiful maps we've ever made. It's a hectic small to medium map that has some great central choke points. And I'm really excited about the map-based kill streak as it's a fan favorite from MW2. And the final map of our DLC pack is a reimagining of the smallest map ever made for Call of Duty, Shipment. This reimagined map is called SHOWTIME and takes place in a futuristic death arena.
Somebody's gonna die.
It's the biggest and boldest Extinction map we've had yet. Bigger weapons, over-the-top amounts of different cryptids. So the first time ever, we've got the ability to kind of choose which direction you go right from the get-go. And finally, you get to fight the ancestors.
History repeats itself. One species falls. Another rises to take its place.
Give a big thank you to all our fans for a great DLC season. I'm really excited about the Nemesis pack. We've got some really unique content, and of course, the final chapter of Extinction.
So there we go, guys. What do you think of our very first look at the final map pack for Call of Duty Ghosts? Firstly, I was honestly disappointed when I found out there wasn't going to be any weapon DLC or special character DLC. I guess we got kind of spoiled with the first 2 map packs, but it would have been nice maybe if they'd split up the gun DLC and the character DLC across all 4 of the map packs, so we'd have had something very special for the 3rd and 4th one, rather than sort of like having nothing really special at all in the final ones. But I guess the big positive is the fact that Shipment's coming back, and if you like Shipment, that's going to be absolutely awesome. It is the smallest Call of Duty map ever. It originates from Call of Duty 4. If you've never played it, then, you know, I can forgive you guys. It is a fairly old game now, but it was pretty damn awesome. Snipers loved it. High scoring gameplay, people loved it. I think it's going to be pretty damn cool, and hopefully you guys will like it when it's reimagined for Call of Duty Ghosts. But the first map we're going to be looking at is called GOLDRUSH. Now, this sort of focus of the map, from what we can see at the trailer, is sort of like this cart that actually goes around the map, and also the center part of the map looks to have a moving platform that's going up and down. So a lot of dynamic parts of this map that are constantly moving, constantly changing. We can see there that B is on that moving platform in the center, so absolute chaos and carnage, and it means that there's going to be action all the time on the higher levels and the lower levels, meaning that just staying on the top or just staying on the bottom is never going to work out for you. You need to keep on moving, and here you can see someone getting run over by the cart. You can do that, and I think a lot of people are definitely going to try and do that once the map pack is released. Next up, we have SUBZERO, based in Canada. You can see the Canadian flag painted around the map in various areas, and there are a few things that really stood out to me when I watched this sort of part of the trailer. That's the fact there's a lot of emphasis on sort of like frost and the freezing temperatures, which make me think that maybe the sort of weather on the map changes, and maybe visibility gets worse, or maybe it's linked in with the special sort of field order that may be available on this map that sort of changes the way that the map plays. So I think that's going to be very, very interesting. You can see there what looks to be like sort of like a snow tornado with like glowing eyes, and that seems to link in with the change in temperature. So I guess that's going to be part of the field order that you can complete and unlock on this map, because all of the DLC maps always have a unique field order. Next up, we've got DYNASTY or Dynasty, which is a very, very cool design styled map with these awesome sort of Chinese lanterns, Chinese dragons. Personally, from a neutral perspective, I really enjoy the sort of design routes that Infinity Ward took with the DLC maps. They really just went out and did whatever they felt would be cool and unique, and not necessarily relating back to the actual game, which I really like. And as long as the maps are well designed, and it works fine, and in all honesty, I'd have to give props to Infinity Ward. I think their DLC map design has been some of the best DLC maps we've seen in Call of Duties. It's just kind of disappointing that we didn't get gun DLC within all of the 4 map packs, but maybe we're asking for a little bit too much there. For the actual unique kill streak on that map, it looks like there was some sort of like helicopter in the air shooting down, sort of resembling maybe a kill streak you've seen before in Modern Warfare 2. Who knows? Next up though, we have Showtime. This is the reimagining of Shipment. For those guys that never played Shipment, as I've always said, it is a very small map, but notice in the trailer there is actually additional areas on this map. This map has actually been enlarged a little bit with areas around the outskirts. Whether or not this will play out well or not, I'm not too sure. When I first sort of saw the fact that it had actually been changed, I was like, well, why change a map that is supposed to be tiny if you're going to add it and make it even more bigger? So hopefully it still plays well, hopefully it's still cool. I'm sure the snipers absolutely love it regardless. Also notice the sort of random, almost like casino-like options that appear on the screen with the sentry guns, the care packages. I guess again that's linking in with a sort of random field order that you can get, which will allow you access to one of those random sort of like occurrences or random bonuses that you can get. Next up we have the final Extinction DLC map. For those of you guys that have been following Extinction, I'd say it started off kind of like loose and kind of rough around the edges with the first Extinction map that was actually on the disc, but a DLC has followed quite a cool path. If you ever watched the cutscenes at the beginning and end of the Extinction maps, they're very well done. Like, let's be honest, they look really, really good. And if you are a big fan of the Extinction maps, I think the final one is really going to grab your attention. Hopefully act as a good ending to the Extinction episodes that we have seen. This is the final one with a big focus on that sort of like crazy alien mummy-like zombie thing that seems to be floating around the map with like mind control powers. But that is going to wrap up all of the 5 pieces of content within the Nemesis DLC. As I said, come back here every day leading up to August the 5th, which is next Tuesday, to see exclusive gameplay. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Do you like it? Do you not like it? You're going to pick it up? Of course, Advanced Warfare, guys, straight after this DLC at Gamescom is going to be the next big thing. So even if you're not interested in this, Advanced Warfare multiplayer information, dudes, is coming very, very soon, and I am hyped for it. So cheers for watching, guys. Hope you've really enjoyed. If you haven't seen, we have got the very first look at Advanced Warfare multiplayer. Check that out on screen, and also a video over my second channel. It's been a pleasure, guys, as always. Hopefully you guys have had a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with some DLC gameplay.